Welcome and thank you for ordering the Covert Geo Targeter plugin. Before you continue, we do have an important one-time special offer for new members only. You will have the chance to upgrade at a later date, but it won't be at this discounted early bird offer rate. Now this is an optional upgrade and isn't required to add geo-targeting to your blog, but it can give you a massive leg up over everyone else. How? By adding geo segmenting for your traffic. Let me take a moment to explain what I mean. Basically, not all traffic has equal value. And GeoTargeter Pro allows you to do the same as the market-leading authority sites, displaying region-specific results. In simple terms, they display different content and ads for visitors from different countries. This gives them an almost unfair advantage over everyone else. And now you can do the same, meaning you can monetize all your traffic effectively for wherever in the world your visitors come from, increasing your conversions and your profits even further. For example, with Covert Geo Targeter Pro, you can serve ads in different languages, show PPC ads to countries that can't buy your main offer, therefore monetizing what would otherwise be wasted junk traffic, show alternative payment options and ads to countries that don't have PayPal, think Bitcoins for the Chinese market, or price your offer in local currencies for higher conversions. Now our testing has shown that geo-targeting your ads can increase your revenue by up to 10 times. In other words, with the Pro upgrade, you'll be able to show highly targeted, country-specific offers to your visitors to massively boost your conversions. Now let's take a look inside so you can see just how easy it is to use. And here we are in the WordPress admin panel of our blog, and you can see the settings page of the plugin is the settings of the standard plugin that you already have. Now we'll take a look at the sections that are available to the GeoTargeter Pro members. We'll start with creating widget ads. So I'll click on the widget ads link and bring up that page. And let's create a new ad widget by clicking on create ad widget. Fairly simple. We'll give it a name, let's say English demo, and click on create. And if I scroll down a bit and simply choose all the English speaking countries from the top of the list here, they are conveniently placed at the top of the list to make them easy to get to. And I'm going to click on add to selected. So this particular ad will just be for these selected countries. And scroll down, paste our ad code in. Let's get rid of that default bit and click on create. So we've created our first version of that ad, which will be for the English speaking countries. Now let's create another one for a different country, and I simply click on create ad variation, and again choose the country that I want from the list. In this case I'm going to go with Germany, and again click on add selected, so it's over here in the selected countries, and then come down a bit and paste in our ad code. So we've now got a German version of the same thing. We can click on create, and we now have two different language-based versions of our advert text. One for the English language speaking countries and one for Germany. Now I can also click on create ad variation again. Now basically you can go through and create ads for any and every country on the list, either individually or in groups. But you can also create a default ad for any and all countries that you don't have a specific ad set up for. It's basically a catch-all for all the rest. So all I need to do that is choose all countries and click on add to selected and paste in my ad code for that, and then click on create. So basically any country that doesn't have a specific ad such as these will then see that default catch-all ad instead. Next we need to go to appearance and widgets so that we can actually add our widget into one or more of our slide bars on our theme. And then I simply scroll down to find the widget, and it's called IMWB CGT widget, so fairly easy to find. and grab that and pop it where we want in our sidebar. Now there is a drop down option here. I've only got one widget ad set up, but if you had more set up, then you can simply choose which one you want to appear in this particular sidebar from that drop down list. And if you do choose a different one, simply click on Done to make sure it's saved. Now the point here is that many themes will have more than one widget area. This particular theme only has one sidebar, so that's the only place we're going to be putting it. But your theme might have 2 or 3 sidebars. It could have several widget areas in the footer as well, and this allows you to add that widget to any or all of them, and in each one display a different set of geo-targeted widget ads, giving you even more flexibility and power. And if I now go to our live blog and hit refresh on the page, the widget ad will appear. Here it is. Click here to take advantage of the GB. Again, that is a geo-targeted country code, 24-hour special offer today. So that is targeting me because I'm in the GB with that, and it will then bring up a different code and a different advert depending on my country. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to pop across to my extensions manager for Chrome and enable my VPN proxy. Now let's just click on options and make sure, yeah, we're in DE, which is Germany, which is great. So now I'm going to go back and hit refresh on this page, and instead of having the GB English language speaking version of the widget ad, we now have a German language version that is showing DE as our location, and that is specifically popping up because I'm now, according to my IP address, in Germany. So straight away you can see just how powerful this is. It's going to grab attention for visitors from different countries and give them relevant targeted ads and content that works for them. Again, increasing your conversions and your profits. And we're not finished yet. There's more to see. So now let's have a look at the option for posts and page ad blocks. So I'll bring up the page, and again you can see it's very easy to use. Simply click on Create Post or Page Ad and up pop the settings, which includes the option for creating your ad variations, which we'll look at in a moment, and whether your ad blocks should be inserted manually or automatically. Now, if you leave the box unticked, then you will need to copy and paste the shortcode from the individual ads that you want to use into the posts and or pages that you want them to appear in. Now, that is very useful as it gives you a massive level of flexibility and control over where you can place your ad blocks. But let's face it, most of the time you're going to want it to be as hands-free as possible, which is why we have the Insert Automatically option. So if we tick this box, we get a whole bunch of options of where our ad blocks will appear automatically without us having to copy and paste the shortcodes. In other words, this allows you to insert geo-targeted ad blocks directly and automatically into any or all of your blog posts and pages, or even posts down to a specific category, so that you're just targeting relevant categories for a selection of ads. So for example, you could have theme specific ads only appear on posts in the themes category on your blog, and then split those individual ads into the different languages, so for German themes, Spanish themes, etc. Okay, for this example, I'm just going to go with in the pages. In fact, I'll just go with the About Us page and leave it at that. Now, I will scroll back up and also put in a name for this ad, which I'm going to call Main Product Free Shipping Offer. If I scroll back down, you'll notice we have a couple of other options as well that we need to cover, including whether the ad block appears at the start of the post or at the end of the post. And obviously you can have ad blocks that appear both at the start and the end for different ads. You also get to choose the alignment, so left, center or right, and you can place a margin around the ad to give it a bit of separation from the content. So I'm actually going to put a fairly large margin in here so it's easy to spot as separate text. Then we simply click on Create. Having created the ad, we simply scroll down and choose create ad variation, and the settings on this are very similar to what we've previously looked at, with one addition, which is the width and height. Now if you're using something like AdSense, then the width and height settings are actually in the ad, they're automatic. For this one I'm actually going to say 300 by 200, and I'm going to pick the English speaking countries again, so I'm going to go Australia, Canada, Ireland, United Kingdom, United States and New Zealand. Add to selected as we've done previously and paste in our ad code. Then click on create. So that's our first variation done for that particular ad block. And now if we also create the ad variation for another country, again I'll go with 300, 200 for the width and height, and I'm going to look for Germany, move that across to add it to the selected countries and pop in my ad code and click on create. So I now have two variations of that ad block. We have one that's specifically targeting all the English language countries and one that's specifically targeting Germany. Now please bear in mind that the German version doesn't have to be the same advert. It could be for something entirely different, something more relevant to the German market that will give you higher conversions for your German visitors, as an example. And whilst I'm using text for this demo, you could just as easily be using a banner ad image. And you can again set up a catch-all for other countries that you haven't got a specific ad set up for. If you don't, then the other countries will simply have no ad shown at all. Okay, so now let's pop back across to our live blog and hit refresh on the About Us page to see what happens. And straight away you can see that we've got the ad here. It's targeting the German language variation simply because I'm still on that proxy IP in Germany. So the plugin thinks that I'm actually a German visitor and is presenting the German variation for me. Obviously, if this was a real advert rather than a demo, I'd want to put a live link in there and tweak the width and height to get it lined up better with the content. Now let's pop back to our browser IP extension, and I'm going to switch it off and unenable it. And let's come back to our page, and if we hit refresh on the content again, you'll see that the content does change. The ad variation changes. We're now seeing the English language ad variation because we're now working on my real IP location, which is in the UK. And you'll notice the widget ad has also refreshed back to the UK version from the German version. So by now you can see just how powerful the Covert Geo Targeter upgraded Pro plugin is, helping you create content and adverts that are specifically relevant to the visitor's home region, giving you a massive boost in visitor retention and conversions for higher profits. Now remember, this is a one-time offer to new members. You can only get this Pro version upgrade at this price from this page. With Geo Targeter Pro, you'll be able to create unlimited Geo Targeter widget ads, put anything in your widgets on any sidebar on your blog, create unlimited geo-targeted ad blocks for your posts and pages, add geo-targeted ad blocks to any page, any post, or any post category automatically or manually, and display relevant content and offers to visitors from any country to increase your conversions and profits. We're also going to throw in free unlimited updates, so when something changes, we keep you up to date. And as a special bonus during this limited time offer, we will also include full multi-site and developers license rights at no extra cost. So you can use the plugin on all of your own blogs, add it to the blogs of your clients, sell and flip blogs with the plugin installed. So scroll down now and click the order button to grab your copy of Geo Targeter Pro before the price goes up. And I'll see you on the inside.